Maelstrom News fans, we are now facing a very critical moment in the history of education. As some of you may be well aware, Trump is pushing through the 1776 initiative that would completely change the U.S. curriculum when it comes to history. Now, the problem with this is that it goes beyond simply propaganda. Propaganda would simply be pushing a particular viewpoint or ideology. This is worse than that. This is lying. The U.S. is literally talking about erasing the history of slavery, native genocide, and all the rest. Literally everything that is the foundation of America, the evil. Yes, genocide is actually evil. I'm not sure if you're aware of that. All of that will be erased from U.S. history books. Which means the next one coming up, the next generation, will have no idea these things even happen. Already, according to polls, 11% of what it was, I think it was Zoomers or Millennials, I can't remember which one it was, believe that somehow the Holocaust was the fault of the Jews. And that upwards of, I believe it was almost a quarter of Americans don't believe the Holocaust even happened. And that was somebody else's crime against humanity. Think about how bad it's going to be when it's the U.S.'s crimes against humanity that get covered up and erased. Now, that's the real problem that the U.S. is facing right now. I mean, look at everything, the elections are basically a fraud anyway, regardless of who you vote for. Trump is destroying literally everything, even the stock market at this point, his precious stock market. But I mean, now they're literally going at the fundamental basis of humanity, and that's education. Because any significant education is something that a human being has. One of the things that separates us from animals is that we can significantly learn. Yeah, some animals can learn tricks, even some primates can learn ideas. But the very thing that makes us human is what is being targeted by these people. And that's exactly where everything is right now. That is what's being assaulted. But what's really significant here, the very basis of America, these crimes against humanity are what's being erased. In the great patriotic fervor that is the United States and this attempt to rewrite history, the very basis of what is America is what they're trying to erase. Despite their bluster about being real patriots who care about the world, real patriots who, not care about the world, but care about America, America first, America best, everything about America, they're literally erasing its own history in order to justify that position. Now, we could go on forever about settler colonialism, which I'm sure most of my audience here is already familiar with. But look at what's happening here. The thing that makes America what it is the thing that they're trying to erase from history, despite being the great patriots. And that is truly frightening. There are few people or regimes in history that have been so willing to just simply erase the truth, to simply erase things from history as though they've never happened. And even in modern times, that's even more rare. Yeah, many governments are dishonest, straight up. But how many are willing to erase hundreds of years of history in order to justify their settler colonial project? Well, we could point to Israel. I think that would be equally applicable to them. Again, we see what similarities there are between the United States and Israel. And it's also settler colonial project. So think about that. Now, I know many of you already believe that education is a human right. The ability to expand one's mind, to be smart enough to understand what's happening around them, is already a basic human right. Remember, it's not leftists who've denied education to people. That has always been rightists who have done that. The ones that are supposedly for freedom and democracy are the ones who would make people most ill-equipped to be able to handle both of those concepts. But think about what's going on right now and what danger your basic fundamental right of education is in. And know that you have to do something.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.